I've seen enough, guys. These two should be running for president. That was actually a coherent debate. Wow, I was not expecting that. For those of you who were not watching, JD Vance, running mate of Donald J. Trump himself, went up against Tim Walz tonight. Tim Walz, of course, is Kamala Harris's running mate. The debate was fierce. It touched on everything from healthcare to the economy to immigration. And in the end, the debate between these two actually filled me with hope. At points, both candidates agreed with each other on certain points. You heard JD Vance at some point actually empathize with Tim Walz when he mentioned, what was that again? He mentioned his 17-year-old son witnessed some gun violence. Tim Walz equally threw some compliments the other way. I think this debate actually proves that there is more that unites us as conservatives and liberals, as Republicans and Democrats, than what divides us. I actually came out of this feeling hopeful. At the same time, there was no quarter given on what was fundamental to both their causes. I thought this was a phenomenal debate. This was the debate that the people deserved from the presidential candidates. Unfortunately, we did not get that. But I've also got to give I've also got to give props to the moderators. It was not a 3-on-1 this time. They actually encouraged a brilliant debate and invited the candidates to fact check each other. It was beautiful. It was so beautiful, guys. There were failings along the way by both candidates. JD Vance hit fresh air when it came to housing and healthcare. He basically, on healthcare, he also had concepts of a plan because I definitely didn't hear any actual policy from him. When asked a question about Donald Trump's comment about concepts of a plan, he basically said, "Don't worry about it. It's too boring." On Tim Walz's side, his response to gun control was an absolute non-answer. And yeah, he got checked on his tendency to tell lies. You know, that thing that Tim Walz tends to do. Tim Walz has been known to upsell his qualifications a little. So I retired command sergeant major becomes, well, I filled the position once. I carried weapons in war became, well, he never actually saw active combat. Yeah. So obviously he got checked on that, and and his response was, "Hey, I'm just a knucklehead. Sometimes I just say stuff. I don't know why these things come out of me, but I mean well. I'm just is That was basically his response. His response was, sometimes I just say these things, but I mean well. Anyways, don't judge. You know, don't cast. You can only judge this guy if you've never embellished your resume. You all know what I'm talking about. You do this all the time. In the end, with how close we currently sit in the polls between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, the fundamental question is this. And I'll throw this out to you guys, to you, my friends in the chat. Did any of these candidates change your mind? Did they enhance their voting tickets? Because of this debate, are you going to vote for the Harris Walz ticket, or did JD Vance say something that will make you vote the Trump Vance ticket? JD Vance, I'll admit, was a lot smoother. But as you kind of dig deeper into some of the answers he gave, you realize he was really light on policy. He did call a lot of bullshit, but he was very light on policy. Maybe this was due to his relative inexperience. Maybe that showed in this debate. But he did a good job of. I repeat that again. He did a great job of calling bullshit. Like, if Kamala Harris has all these great ideas, why hasn't she done them yet? That was a good job he did, and he really stood up for his running mates. Now, Tim Walz was definitely not as polished. He drew on a lot of his experience as governor and his years of service, but he was not as polished. Um, and maybe evidence of how unpolished Tim Walz was at some point he says, I think it was the question about gun control or something, and he says, "I have become friends with school shooters," and I was like, Yeah, you sure about that, bud? I was like, hold on a minute, what are you saying, man? And obviously, I've been on social media afterwards, after the debate, and Donald Trump has been quick to kind of put that on social media already. But dude, that's a new level of upselling if true. Anyways, in the end, I do not think anybody changed their minds, in my honest opinion. I think we're right back to where we started, and it is exciting. Right here, right now, it is too close to call, but from Canada, we're praying for you guys in hopes that the hope here is after we're praying for you guys from Canada, and the hope is that y'all might light a candle for us in the next few weeks or months, or we don't actually know in Canada when we're going to the polls, so we don't actually know what the fuck we're doing. Anyways, great talking to you guys tonight. Join me next time, and hey, subscribe to my channel. You might like it. See you later. Bye.